minutes.
Thank you very much. Secretary Besson, it's really great to see you before our committee again. I want to thank you so much for working very closely with me on delivering the historic SALT relief to the tune of $40,000, because with that, my constituents in Orange, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties will finally be able to see the relief as they file their tax returns. The 4 times increase in the SALT deduction, coupled with other provisions of the Working Families Tax Cuts Act, will result in supercharged tax returns, helping more American families get back on their feet after the years of failed Bidenomics. Last year, you noted that Treasury would revisit the 2023 Guidance and Analytic Framework. And you also highlighted that FSOC has other tools, such as issuing recommendations to member agencies that are more tailored and precise than designation power. So, Secretary Besson, can we expect a new proposal for non-bank guidance that will be released sometime 2026?
We should expect that.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing that proposal when it's finally released, and hope there will be a public comment period to ensure stakeholders can weigh in and help shape that guidance.
Good. And the Congresswoman, the other thing that I would point out is we had a lot of talk about affordability today, and you were a great advocate for the One Big Beautiful Bill. And what we're seeing, unfortunately, in states like yours, that the state revenue authorities are not going to mirror the no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, deductibility of auto loans, so, which is very unfortunate. To the extent that anyone in the California delegation, whether Democrat, Republican, the New York delegation, should push their states to follow through for working Americans.
You can count on me on that. Let me shift gears now. I want to focus on the Community Development Financial Institution Fund. I was really happy and relieved to see that staff at the fund were restored after the conclusion of the Schumer shutdown late last year. I know that you share my view that the fund's work is critical to serving communities that typically do not receive the traditional banking services. So can I ask you how you are planning to make the fund more effective and efficient as we move forward?
Well, what we want to do is focus on community revitalization, not unrelated and ill-advised social policies. And we want to drive reforms, new restrictions on the use of funds, and we want to focus on the program's statutory intent.
I know
making the lives better for people in their communities.
Sure. CDFI fund, as you know, has bipartisan support, and I think it also has a bicameral support. So I look forward to continuing to work with you on the future of this critical program. But I also want to talk to you and thank you for being willing to come to California and investigate all the fraud, waste, and abuse. Unfortunately, Gavin Newsom has he tried to hide all those, fraud and waste under the carpet, allowing more than $32 million of unemployment fraud that went unchecked. The state has also watched $13 million stolen from California students because of the AI-generated ghost students enrolled in community colleges. I suspect this is just the tip of the iceberg in California's fraud, waste, and abuse. And I've been talking a lot about this. Unfortunately, sadly, the state that I love and I live and I represent a district from California has become a fraud capital of the world. So sad. But that's why we need your team in California. And is there anything that you can share to that end, how your investigation into California fraud is proceeding?
There's nothing I can share right now, but I have spoken to Dr. Mehmet Oz at HHS, and he is laser focused on the healthcare fraud that's going on in California, which seems to be substantial.
Yes, I also sent a letter to Gavin Newsom to that end, and I was glad to see Dr. Oz sending a letter demanding. So now state of California is now in the process of returning $1.6 billion to the federal government. So thank you for that, and I look forward to continue to work with you. Thank you for joining us.